You are listening to the Life Coach Business Podcast with Amanda Karlstad, episode number 214. Welcome to the Life Coach Business Podcast, a show for coaches who are ready to up-level their business and take their impact, leadership, and results to a whole new level. If you're ready to start taking powerful action and become the leader your business needs in order to grow and thrive, this show is for you. I'm your host, Amanda Karlstad, certified life and business coach and entrepreneurial leadership expert. Now let's get down to business. Hello and welcome, everyone. So glad to have you with me today. I trust you are well. I am so great. I am in such a season of growth and expansion and have so many exciting things that I'm currently working on behind the scenes and things that I'm in the process of creating that is so exciting. And I cannot wait to share more of this very soon. And in the midst of all of this and all of the amazing things that we're in the process of creating, I have also experienced so many personal breakthroughs recently. There are so many, and I really felt called today to share a few of these breakthroughs with you, to take you inside of my journey and what I've experienced this year. And I also want to share some of these lessons with all of you. And when I look back at this year, I have been so deeply transformed this year. In 2023, this by far has been one of the most transformative years of my life. It's been a huge year of growth personally. It's been a huge year of growth in the business. And I have to say that the growth that I've experienced personally, especially, is now, I believe, paving the way and paving the next evolution of my mission and how we help clients build million-dollar businesses. And I'm so proud of this work. I'm so proud of the work that we do. I'm so proud of my clients and those that I work with on a daily basis. I am so proud of what they're creating in the world, of who they get to become through this process of growing and scaling their businesses, that they are choosing to step further and further into their own personal missions and into their greatest potential. I have such gratitude and am so excited to share with you some of these really important breakthroughs. And in so many ways, it's also feels so exciting because in so many ways, I feel like also I'm just getting started, even though I've been in this field for a few years and I've really been coaching my entire career. But when I think about my level of impact and the level of leadership, the level of paving the way in this industry, I am so excited for what's ahead. And I'm so excited to have you here along with me. So one of the biggest breakthroughs that I had this year was through my work and through the process of earning my designation as a master coach. And to clarify and to be clear about what does that even mean? What is a master coach? And like with everything, there are various definitions, but essentially, how I view it is in the coaching industry, it is the highest designation. It is the highest credential in the field of coaching. And earning this designation is considered to be the highest level in coaching practice. It requires an immense amount of training, of experience. It requires the highest proficiency in your practice as a coach. And to give you a little bit of context here, for the first couple of years in my career as a professional coach, I made the decision that I wanted to be a master coach. And I knew that part of my journey was going to include officially going through the process at some point and going through the training and earning my designation of becoming a master coach. And so for the first few years in my practice, I made a very conscious decision to hold that vision for myself. And while holding that vision, also at the same time focusing on the growth of my business. And I made that decision that the growth of my business was the number one priority, and that the master coach I knew would come in at a time that I believed I would just know when that right time was. And that is what has happened. And so I decided to go on this journey towards the tail end of last year, towards the end of 2022. Had been, again, something I had been considering for a long time and knew that it was something that I wanted to do and was going to do, but really decided to move forward with things last year. And I would say probably third, fourth quarter of last year. And I was in a place where in the business and just personally, I felt like I had the bandwidth. I felt like I had the business in a place where I could truly focus on this process, where I could really give it my full attention, where I could spend the next several months really being immersed in the process and really spending that time knowing that it was going to be such a transformative process and doing the work and knowing the level of work that it was going to require, or what I thought it was going to require, which we'll talk about in a minute, of becoming a master coach. And so there is so much that I could share when I look back at this experience and so many breakthroughs that I had along the way. But I wanted to bring forward 3 today that I feel like are really important for all of you and also really changed me. And I believe the process of becoming a master coach really facilitated the environment for me to really catapult these things to an even higher level, to a master coach level that allowed me to really prove to myself without a shadow of a doubt about my ability and my capacity, not only in my coaching ability, a coach that can coach and does coach at the highest level, but also as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a mom of 2 young children, as a wife, as a friend, all of the identities that I hold. It allowed me to cultivate a level of self-trust that I actually spoke about this briefly when I accepted my award, my designation as a master coach, but it allowed me to create a level of self-trust that for me was unshakable, that is invaluable, that is so strong, that I believe was the greatest gift that I received in the process, that I chose through this process. And so for those of you who might be familiar or who may actually not be familiar with the master coach process or what it entails, I want to just say this. Any master coach process, thorough master coach process, is going to be designed to break you. It's going to be designed to not only train you at the highest level, but also is going to create an environment that will require you to completely transform. And the transformation that I experienced went far beyond what I could have ever anticipated. And that first breakthrough, when I look back at this process that I believe is such an important element to all of your success, is the importance of taking massive action. And it's something that I coach many of my clients on. And it's a process that was so valuable for me to go through at this level, because I will say I am someone who has always taken massive action. I am someone who does massive action. I'm someone who has taken a lot of massive action in my life even before launching my business, massive action was my game. But I will say this experience took my definition to a whole new level, to a level that felt impossible at times, to a level that as I look back, I am so proud of the level of action that I took, of the moves that I made, how I showed up with a level of boldness like I had never done before. And the level of belief, the level of self-belief that I needed to cultivate through this process so that I could show up and create at a level that I truly never thought was possible was so, so valuable. And so what I want to offer to all of you is, if this resonates with you, if you are someone like my clients who know how to take action, who know the importance of taking action to creating success, who value action to creating the results that you want, at the same time, I also want to invite you to take it to another level, to take it to an even greater level, to look at where you're at in your business, to ask yourself, where could I be showing up in an even more powerful way? Where could I be taking even more massive action so that I can create the results that I want? Why aren't I taking the level of action that I know that I should be taking? What is the reason? And I would offer to all of you that when you see what that is, choose to get after it. Decide how you want to move forward. Decide with intention how you want to show up with that. Decide today that what you desire is already on its way. But you have to go out and meet it. You have to go out and be the version of you that creates those results. And I can't overemphasize the importance of taking action, especially if you're in a place where you have been experiencing the same level of results, or if you're in a place where you're not where you want to be yet. The truth is that it's going to require a different approach. It's going to require an up level in your action, in the effectiveness of your action. And I will tell you, there is so much clarity that you can gain in that process when you're willing to be in it and when you're willing to lean into it. All right. The next breakthrough, and when I look at this process, these were all things that I chose intentionally to lean into to an even deeper level. These are all things that I would have, before this process, identified myself with. And so the second is resilience. And I've done several episodes in the past about the importance of resilience and growing a business. And so I'd highly encourage you to go through and to go back and listen to those episodes. But this container for me, this accelerated container, and the timelines that I chose to work with, the timelines that were set up as a factor in this process, and the level of personal resilience that I got to develop as a result, again, was so invaluable. And to give you some bit of a background, as part of my master coach training, as part of the process for me, part of that was completing what's called a master coach project. And it was a very rigorous process around the master coach project. And it was designed to be a project, again, that would require someone to completely transform. And for me, I chose a project that at the outset, I would have told you I knew deep within myself that it was possible. And my level of belief, my level of confidence in terms of being able to complete it in the beginning, I think was higher than what it ended up being once I really started to get into it. And so looking back, it was probably higher earlier on in the process, but as I moved forward, it was something that I quickly started to question. It was something that I quickly started to have some reservations around. It was even at one point I asked myself, why did I choose to take on this particular project? And so without going into all of the details, it was really something that was going to require more of me than, quite honestly, probably anything I've ever done in my life. And I share this so that you have a sense that I was tested at the highest level in this process. And it was also something that I signed up for. And I share this because as someone who is comfortable taking massive action, who does take massive action, who gets things done, who knows how to meet goals, who is very competent in what they do, who is a high performer, at the same time, this also required me to develop and cultivate a level of resilience that I haven't experienced before. And again, I have always considered myself to be highly resilient and have had many experiences in my life where I have demonstrated this time and time again. And at the same time, this time was very different. This time, it was at a whole new level. So why is this relevant to you? It's relevant because not only in life, but as an entrepreneur, to be a high-performing entrepreneur, to achieve great things in your business as a coach, my belief, and it has been my experience, and I've observed this time after time with my clients, that the more resilience you demonstrate, the more resilient you are, the higher resilience that you choose to cultivate, the faster you will go, the faster your business will grow, the faster you become who you know you're meant to be. But here's the thing with all of this. Resilience feels terrible. Resilience is super uncomfortable. Resilience is not something that we want to sign up for on a daily basis. And so I want you to consider for yourself a time in your life right now where you demonstrated true resilience, where you are proud of the resilience that you demonstrated. Was that a fun time? Was that a fun experience? I'm guessing for most of you it wasn't. But being able to now see that resilience, being now to see in this conversation and think about that experience and feel the sense of pride that you have, that sense of accomplishment, whatever that feeling is for you, I challenge you to see right now the gift in that, what that has allowed you to become today. And I challenge you to see the gift that it is, to feel that sense, that pride that you hold, having been resilient in those moments, having chosen to be resilient. So resilience is so important to your success. And the more you can cultivate it, the higher you can cultivate it, the faster, I promise, you and your business will grow. All right, the last breakthrough that I have for you today, although again, there were so many, is the importance of commitment. Now, there were times throughout this process where I questioned what it was that I had signed up for. There were times where, to be honest, the easier option would have been to not show up fully. The easier option and more extreme option would have been to quit, which does happen, by the way, in this process. But instead, I chose to remember and to anchor into and to remember why this process was so important for me. There were so many personal reasons that I chose to take this journey, and I'm so grateful to my past self for taking this commitment so seriously, for taking it so seriously that I was willing to wait. I was willing to be patient and not rush this process when it wasn't fully a priority, when I couldn't say that it was fully a priority for me, or when I wasn't in a fully settled place where I could approach this so that I could have the highest level of intention. And I really wanted to experience this process and experience the challenge and the difficulty and all of those things. And I also chose through that to grow my commitment. And not only to the process itself, but to my work and to my mission, to my clients, to my business, to my family, to all of you. And the level of commitment that I got to demonstrate daily to this process has also translated, I believe, to a new level in my work, to my overall mission expanding, to helping my clients grow and scale the most successful businesses in this industry and becoming industry leading experts in their fields of expertise. And by the way, I'm going to be talking a lot more about this in the coming months, so stay tuned. But staying committed to a process that, to be honest, many would look at and give up on, to choose to throw in the towel. I share this because there are so many similarities to being an entrepreneur, to being in this game of entrepreneurship. The importance of being committed to what you're building, to what you have already built, to your clients, to your future clients, to the future version of you who is choosing today to do this work. All the success, all the revenue, all the things right now that you want to experience has to start with, first, a real commitment by you. You must continually demonstrate commitment towards the future, towards your future business. And I will tell you all, it's okay if it feels wobbly sometimes. It's okay if you feel like you don't have all of the pieces. It's okay if right now you're not sure how you're going to get there. The point is it's so important to first make the commitment and uphold that commitment. Commit to figuring it out. Commit to being all in. Commit that you can do this. As I reflect on my process of becoming a master coach, there are so many valuable lessons that I experienced that are transferable to where you are, to growing your business, to scaling your business. And so in that journey, I want to challenge you to commit to what it is that you want to do. Commit to your mission. Commit to your future. Commit to your future clients, to the clients that you have. Commit to the future version of you and take massive action. Lean into taking the steps you need to. Lean into operating at a level that you haven't before. Be willing to show yourself how resilient you are. Be willing to honor the process, to keep going. Honor this process. There are so many valuable lessons, and I promise you, just keep going, and what you want is right in front of you. All right, my friends, have an amazing week. I'll talk to you all again soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey, if you're ready for a real breakthrough in your business and want to grow and scale your business to at least 6 figures or more in annual revenue, I invite you to apply for my exclusive program, The Mastermind, at amandakarlstad.com/the-mastermind. I look forward to seeing you there. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Life Coach Business Podcast. If you want to learn more about how to build, grow, and scale your business and accelerate your results, visit amandakarlstadcoaching.com.